Belize's conch season will close 2 months early. The queen conch fishery normally closes on June 30th and reopens October 1st. But the Fisheries Department says that this year the season will close on April 30th because quotas have been met. Fisheries Officer Mauro Gongora says that there is no reason for concern and that this early closure also spells good news for when the season reopens.
It's not unusual. The closure of the fishing season is based on a quota system that we have implemented for a number of years now. And once the quota is realized, even though the season is officially open, it needs to close because the quota has been achieved. No? There is no reason for concern. Belize's conch fishery at the regional level, both at the Central American and the Caribbean region, our fishery is one of the best managed fisheries throughout this region. And the reason why we established those catch quotas is simply because after we have gathered the information from the field surveys, that is what we use to establish those catch quotas. And so you will see that in some years it's higher, and afterwards it might be lower, and then it might go up. That's normal. That's how the fishery performs. And there's nothing wrong with us closing the fishery 2 months ahead of time. What it does, in addition to protecting the conch fishery, the stock itself, it allows for conch to grow even larger in shell length and in biomass. And so what would happen is that come October of this year, the fishers will be able to harvest not only more conch, but also larger individual conchs. And so that will give them a higher biomass. And what it translates into is basically more money in the fisher's pockets.
Gongora says that every 2 years, a national underwater survey is carried out to gather conch density and abundance, which they combine with other data to determine the total allowable catch limit of the conch fishery. He explains why the quota of about 750,000 pounds of queen conch was met early.
Well, it is a function of the availability of conch biomass out at sea, and the more conch is out there, the more conch fishers are able to harvest. And so it's a set amount that we establish every year. And so once that amount has been fished out by the fishers, then we need to close the fishery. We in Belize work with a figure of 75%, but we can extend it a little higher if that is what the fishery can support.
The Belize Fisheries Department is not very concerned about overfishing. The illegal fishing, however, is still a growing problem. Gongora says that the conch fishery is being managed in a sustainable way.
We're not concerned about overfishing in Belize. What we do are concerned about is illegal fishing. And so we work together with the Coast Guard. We work together with our co-management partners. We want our community to know that our conch fishery is very valuable to us. It's a fishery that brings in foreign exchange in the range of almost $4 million US. That's 8 million Belize dollars. And so it's from a socio-economic standpoint, the conch fishery is hugely important in Belize. We are managing a conch fishery that, in our view, is healthy, it's a vibrant fishery, and it's being managed sustainably.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.